Lachlan, since you've been with the cast the longest, talk to me about when you realized the kind of phenomenon this show was becoming.
When we walked through those doors right there. It's bizarre. It's in the early days, it really always sort of felt like this kind of. I know that sound.
This is technically Murdoch.
It's a radio play now.
Using weaponized capacity.
Well, we're just being true to the show. I didn't have that.
I was going to say, for a lot of years, it really felt like a little show that we kind of just made in our backyard with our friends. It felt really intimate, and it was a long time, a bunch of years before the first time that I heard that we were in like over 100 countries, and it was a real shock and wake-up call to realize that people were getting enjoyment from this all over the world. It's really gratifying and really fills my heart to think about that.
Higgins doesn't get to do his hair up like that, so I wonder, when you're like vacationing, do you ever get stopped or people recognize you or kind of giving this strange look from across the cafe?
Oh, okay.
Typically, as soon as I get home after I wrap, I shave off the sideburns, so that helps.
First thing to go.
Yeah, that's the first thing to go. But yeah, I mean, absolutely. But yeah, depends on where you are and what you're dressed like.
Are we ready for another attempt?
Locke, didn't you connect with a fan in another country who dubs over your character?
There was a guy, it was so many years ago now, he reached out on Facebook Messenger all the years ago when I was still on Facebook, and I didn't find his message request for like a year and left him hanging, and when I finally found it, felt so bad, and he just wanted to say, hey, I love doing the voice of your character, and told me he was going to send me a bunch of clips, and they never came through. So I still have not heard him do I think it was the Spanish chickens. Yeah.
Now, Shanice, I've had the chance to visit an amazing set. Talk to people who haven't been like on site. What was it like that first time you walked into the back lot and kind of standing in the world?
First of all, hi everyone, and thank you for being here. It's so lovely to have you guys all here. For me, it was quite the honor. I didn't realize that where we shot the show was so close to my house, so that was pretty cool. I was like, oh, I'm 20 minutes away. But just walking into the back lot and seeing what we've built over the years was incredible. It was just mind-blowing that we had all of these cool sets just right there, prepared for us. We could just walk back there and shoot so many things. So that was quite incredible. A really nice experience for me. Yeah, for sure.
And Claire, as you became part of the Murdoch family, did you get a sense of like, how do you explain this 150 countries, millions of viewers? What is it, from your own perspective, that people are responding to?
I turn to TV when I need comfort and when I need to escape things that are going on in my own life. And I think some of the power of Murdoch does come from its longevity. And there are very few things that have just been around for as long as you can remember that can bring, like we heard the beginning of that theme song. And I know for me, before I joined the show, I'd watch that with my grandparents sometimes. It's just a comforting little piece of nostalgia, and it's also rare at the moment. I find that there's a show you can really watch with the whole family and that brings everyone together.
Yeah.
It's special.
Danielle, I wonder for you, when stepping into this Murdoch family, because it is such a tight unit, when you were kind of the new guy, what was that like for you?
I mean, I still feel like the new guy. It's like I'm like 9 seasons in, and it's just kind of flown past. But I had the luxury of being a character who didn't know what was going on, so a lot of those early episodes were like catching me up, and I still haven't caught up to how things work at the station house. But yeah, it's just like, it was such a welcoming group, and now we have so many new characters coming in these seasons, and it's exciting to see their kind of like first sights of what it's like at the cop shop, and teaching them the ropes a little bit too. Yeah, it's been wild.
Amazing. I think we're gonna go.